I'm Natalie Payne. I'm the Vice President of Sales for the Calliope Collective, and we are a fairly new sales representation company that started about a year and a half ago. We are part of Preferred Hotels, and all of the hotels we'll be discussing today are part of Preferred, except the estate Yountville. So recently we rebranded to Calliope just to kind of help us be a little more detached and attract many non-preferred and preferred hotels. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Calliope first, and then we have two very special guests on, so you don't have to listen to me talking the entire time as well. So let me just start here by again showing you our current clients. So we have 11 phenomenal properties, and they're all independently owned. So what we want to be known for through Calliope is that we are independently owned, very unique properties to their destination. They have really something very special and just different about them. Very high 4-star, 5-star level properties with phenomenal service. So that's what you can count on us for. Some of the properties do have their own leisure sales representatives, and some don't. So I would love for you to always start with me, and I have access to owners and general managers and the right people on property, and can certainly help make it very easy for you to book these hotels and get the information that you need. Wanted to tell you just a little bit about today. We're going to be discussing the USA and Caribbean properties. You probably saw on the sign up that we do have opportunities for Ireland and for Italy and Spain as well. And I have recorded webinars too, so I'll send those to you after. Just wanted to give you a little context how Calliope, the name, came about. It literally means beautiful voice, and she was one of the 9 muses in Greek mythology. They say the most powerful muse over poetry and music and the finer things in life. So as we sell, the properties and the destinations in the luxury leisure market, we thought that that was appropriate. There's also the Calliope hummingbird, which is one of the smallest birds in the entire world, and they fly over 5,000 miles to migrate. So kind of again, along with the independently owned properties, we're not part of a bigger brand. We have to work harder to get the name out and get our, say, hey, please always remember us, and get the information to you. So thank you for logging in today to get some of that info, because most of our properties have gone through some significant changes recently. I'm going to stop sharing because Patel, the managing director for the Hermitage Hotel, was able to join us today, and I'm really, really excited. So she just wanted to say a few words to you guys before we get into their presentation. Hi, Dee.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for including me and having me. Natalie has been our biggest champion, our biggest cheerleader for a very long time. So we're just thrilled to be part of this collection. Thank you for just being part of the travel advisor group and supporting us. I've been with the property for 20 years. My role is a managing director, so I oversee all aspects of the hotel. And recently, in the last 2 years, we just went through a multi-year renovation that includes a refresh, a rebrand of all of our spaces, all of our guest rooms, our recent partnership with international acclaimed chef Jean-Georges, who most of you may know, has beautiful restaurants across the globe, and first here in Nashville. So we're really excited about Druzy and Dar and the culinary options that are now available, and other partnerships that I know Natalie will speak to, but with Draper James, who was founded by Reese Witherspoon. We have a really great partnership with her and her team and her lifestyle brand, and how that ties into the afternoon tea program that we have. But anyway, thrilled to be here. And you're welcome to reach out to me anytime, but we sure appreciate you all.
Thank you so much. Let me get back here, and I have to tell you guys, Dee, she gets it. She gets what we do. The property so values travel advisors, and we know that there's a lot of competition in Nashville now, and you have many choices. So we want to make sure that you're aware of everything that's happened at the Hermitage. If you've sold it in the past, it is a very, very different property. So here we are at the Hermitage Hotel, and this hotel, right in the heart of Nashville, and Nashville's such a vibrant vibrant city. I hope that all of you have been, but if you haven't, we invite you to come. The CVB is great. We can get you a pass to get into a lot of different attractions so that you can truly experience Nashville. But the Hermitage is Nashville's original $1 million hotel. And back then they said, meet me at the Hermitage. And that's where so many, political and just significant things took place. We'll talk about a few of those. But the location is still right there, just off Broadway, a few blocks. You can certainly walk or stumble very easily from all of the honky tonks. The Ryman Auditorium, which is the original home of the Grand Ole Opry and country music. Um, the Music City Center, the Bridgestone Arena. You can walk to the Titan Stadium, where we actually have a suite contracted on the 40-yard line for all the home games. So if you have any football lovers, we can certainly help you with that VIP experience in our suite. We also have contracted with many of the top concerts. We just had Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, so look at some of the concerts coming up. And if your clients are having trouble getting tickets, we can certainly help with that if they're staying with us and they can have a beautiful suite experience. So that's something we're really pushing this year. Really have tried to start just doing a lot of significant and different things. If you have a kid that's interested in songwriting, like imagine if we pair them with also an up and coming songwriter and they can write a song together. So unique experiences that we can certainly help you with. But our location's wonderful. And then the hotel, as Dee said, has just gone through such a transformation. So this whole lobby has been completely refreshed, really brightened up, but still keeping the historically significant parts with the hand-carved plaster and the beautiful hand-painted glass ceiling. On the right here is the veranda. You can imagine having afternoon tea here, which we do on the weekends. Reese Witherspoon inspired, so we have whiskey in a teacup. And it's really fun, ladies and gents, they still wear fascinators and hats and get dressed up, which we really encourage. And they have kind of a sexy spin on it. So definitely want to have your clients do the tea. We do beautiful weddings in this space, as you can imagine as well. But nodding back to the history, this is where the ladies used to have to wait and have their tea and have their meals and have their drinks because they weren't allowed into other parts of the hotel. Stepping inside the rooms, we have some of the largest rooms and most elegant rooms in all of Nashville now. So, gone are the four-poster beds and kind of the floral design. And you may have remembered some of that if you've booked the hotel in the past. Just super elegant, super streamlined. Every bathroom has a tub and shower, which is so important and hard to find these days. People love. This is part of our Hermitage suite, which is our equivalent of the presidential. So I just want to kind of move through some of these so you can get an idea of the finishes and of the quality. You're going to see these beautiful pops of yellow. Just talking of how Dee and her team have thought about the history and they've brought it back and really merged it now with the modern in the hotel. So the yellow is significant because in 1920, in August, the 19th Amendment was actually ratified, and the pro and anti suffrage forces were headquartered here at the Hermitage Hotel. And the pro suffrage forces for the women's right to vote wore yellow roses, and the anti wore red. So it's kind of the War of the Roses. So they've brought back this yellow to really signify, that important event that the Hermitage played such a role in. So we're really, really proud of that. This is still part of the presidential suite, the Hermitage suite. Many of our rooms have Capitol views, so you can request that and we can arrange that for you. As Dee mentioned, we are so excited about our partnership with Chef Jean-Georges. So he does all of the food and beverage outlets in the hotel. So this is Drucy and Dar. Again, kind of giving a nod to history. Drucy and Dar were the children of one of the general managers back in the 50s and 60s and used to run around and live in the hotel. So they've brought back, this name, but all of this is original hand-carved plaster. Again, they actually had to replicate some of the ceilings. So there's some neat architectural features with that, but beautiful bourbon and whiskey selections here, kind of a Mediterranean flair. I highly suggest the crispy sushi, the avocado pizza, some really nice pastas and just fresh dishes that come in and out. And then Pink Hermit is our other a little more casual cafe with breakfast, lunch, and now dinner. A few weeks ago, we announced a new bistro cafe style Italian dinner here. So if you just want to have a glass of wine and a pizza, you can do that here at the Pink Hermit as well. really beautiful space. This is, of course, the famous men's room. You'll see more women in here than you will men taking pictures sitting on the shoe shine. But it dates back. It's Art Deco, obviously. Just a lot of history. It's been named the top restroom room in the U.S., if there is such an award, which there is, of course, multiple times. So this hotel is very Instagrammable. But the women were always like, "What about us? What about our restroom?" So with the recent restoration, they've added a pink women's room, and equally, you'll see a lot of men in here taking pictures. So really proud of that. We do have some specials going on. There's so much more that I could tell you, but we have a couple other properties to talk about too. So hopefully now you just have that refreshed image in your mind of what we have going on, and I'll follow up with more information. But we have a third night free going on throughout the year on select dates. It's not open all the time, but you'll see it open a good bit. That is combinable with your different program amenities, be it Virtuoso, Select, Signature, Preferred Platinum. We have a game day getaway, as I mentioned, that has accommodations and seats in our private box. And then we also have an Experience Nashville, which has been really fun. And you get 2 all access tickets to Nashville attractions. I think there's like 30 different attractions that the pass has. So that's included in a package too. So just keep those in mind. As you have bookings come into Nashville, and we're really, really happy. We have our favorite restaurants and bars, and whether you're coming for music, I actually brought my teenage sons there a couple of years ago. We had a blast. There's a lot of history in Nashville, so think of it not just for country music and crazy bachelorette parties. It can be a very romantic, a very foodie weekend. There's so many beautiful murals. You can just spend the whole day going around taking pictures of all the different murals. So that is the Hermitage. I'm going to turn the controls over to our other special guest, Natalie Smetona, who is from Nemacolin. I know a lot of you are excited about this property. They've had so many changes over the last couple of years. So welcome, Natalie. And if you can share your screen.
Thank you. Absolutely. And I am very excited to be here today. So thank you everyone for taking part and participating with us. So here we go. 1 second.
Looks good.
All right, Nemacolin. So welcome to Nemacolin, taking your way up north, up the coast. So a bit about us. So we are located up in the rural highlands of Pennsylvania, surrounded by the beautiful Allegheny Mountains. And I love this photo kind of kicking it off because it really shows where we are situated amongst this beauty. And we really are such a great retreat away from it all. We are on over 2,200 acres of land. So it's a really sprawling retreat with so much to do, truly for every age. So as a refresher where we are, so for those, we are on the lower western side of Pennsylvania. And so we're about an hour south of Pittsburgh. So that's going to be the main hub. Getting in and out of us, Pittsburgh is going to be your main airport. And so one of the great things about us, there are a couple ways to get to us, Pittsburgh being the main hub. We also do have a private airstrip on property. So for anyone flying private, they can also get to us through that as well. And then Morgantown being a local regional airport. And so I think explaining our property is one of the most important parts because we're so unique in terms of the way we're comprised. So the property itself has 3 distinctly different hotels, 40 townhomes, and 9 estate homes. And so how that makes sense. So kind of looking at this fun map on the bottom right hand, the property started as this little hunting lodge, and then it expanded from there, and they maintained the original facade. And then a couple years after that, the family went to Paris and said, I don't want to have to go all the way here. So they decided to build the Chateau, which is a complete size and scale replica of the Ritz in Paris. And then a little bit further north on the property, we have Falling Rock. So we were chosen to host the PGA tournament, the 84 Lumber Classic, and to house the 84 golfers. To house the 42 golfers, they decided to build a 42-room, 5-star, 5-diamond boutique hotel right amidst our golf courses. So that's how the 3 hotels came to be. And then the townhomes and the estates are kind of interwoven throughout the property, but that's how we got here and how all these properties came to be. So we were also the home of Matt James's season of The Bachelor, whether you're a fan or not. I know we're in a current season now. Really fun way to see creative dates and different activities that we offer throughout the property. The Chateau, this is the main property you see coming up the main drive. Beautiful, elegant European feel, really large 14-foot high ceilings, big bathrooms, large separate soaking tubs. So for those who like that little bit more elegant aesthetic, this is going to be the property for you. Off the lobby, we have a tea room, a cigar lounge, and we have our newest speakeasy, the Blue Room, which is mirrored after Marie Antoinette's secret boudoir rooms. This is a really fun, different space pre or post dinner to have a cocktail that you as agents are now in the know, because it truly is a hidden speakeasy type of restaurant. Cocktail bar. And then by contrast, our dining. So we have Le Trek also in Chateau. So this is our 5-star, 5-diamond, amazing dining experience. So 7 courses that your guests can partake in. But we have 12 different dining outlets on property. So we have everything from our fun Italian restaurant down to a 1950s ice cream parlor where you can get sweet treats throughout the day. And then by contrast, our lodge. So this is where it all began. So they kept that original facade, but one thing I'm very excited to be here today is to unveil our new Grand Lodge. So they have done a complete gut renovation down to the studs and are now changing over to be a 56 all-suite 5-star butler service property. So this will be opening just in about a month in September. So we are so excited to unveil it, and it'll be something new and exciting to offer your guests. Big staircase when you come in, really whimsical, fun palette, but a lot of the wood tones, keeping that lodge feel. Each room will have beautiful fireplace. There'll be step-out balconies, beautiful bathrooms, lovely sitting rooms, because again, these are suites. This is in one of the rooms. And then a big new circle bar when you walk in, a great new restaurant, Fawn and Fable, which we're very excited to be opening up. And so that's our lodge. So we also have, I mentioned our estate homes. So we have 7 different homes, sleeping anywhere from 6 to 22 guests, each one very different. These are our townhomes, 2-bed, 2.5 bath, pet friendly, great options again. And our final of our lodging, Falling Rock. So Frank Lloyd Wright, the famed architect, his famous home, Falling Water, is only a couple minutes away. So they employed his apprentice to help design this property. So for those who appreciate architecture and might enjoy touring those while they're in the area, this is a great pairing to have them stay here. So the rooms are very masculine, geometric, very in keeping with him. They have this beautiful infinity edge pool overlooking the golf course. And for golfers, as I mentioned, this is a fantastic place for them to be. So my favorite part are activities. So we have over 75 activities that we offer our guests. I, of course, will not cover them all, but some major highlights. We have 2 18-hole Pete Dye designed golf courses. We have an amazing state-of-the-art TrackMan Academy with over 100 courses from around the world that you can play, including our own state-of-the-art putting facilities. An incredible spa. So for yoga, retreats, wellness retreats, you can stay and enjoy our spa and our holistic healing center. We have this great relaxation room at the top that you can take in. And then we also have, part of my lag here, we also have our Wolflands Doggy Day Spa for the pets too. So they too can get pampered. They have their own pools, their own lodging for the day or overnight. So lots of great fun things for the pup. We also have 20 miles of private Jeep off-roading courses through the woods. We have an equestrian trail riding. We have an internationally recognized field club. We have fly fishing. We also have an over $45 million private art collection. So for those who may recognize this piece, this is our Calder piece, which we have several of on property. We also have art classes from every ages, down from 2-year-olds to adult Pinot and paint. We also have a wildlife sanctuary. So we have a complete collection of animals that have been taken in because our owners are very passionate about wildlife. Our newest addition, Annie the Sloth. We're so excited to welcome her. We also are a year-round resort. So we do have our own ski mountain up at the peak. So we have skiing, tubing, snowshoeing, dog sledding, one of my personal favorites. Really good wow takeaway. We have year-round cabanas as well, and an amazing Unwrapped series, which I like to highlight here. So we have our light up night that kicks it off after Thanksgiving, and throughout the season, we have everyone from Johnny We're doing figure skating, to carolers. And then year round, we've got our new zip lining. We've got a multi-tiered ropes course. We've got cosmic bowling, cosmic axe throwing, our Lady Luck Casino, which we have taken over, open 7 days a week. We have 7 different pools on property. And finally, our Peak Pool Complex, heated year round. So rain, shine, warm, cold, you can enjoy live music, swimming, swim up bar, lazy river, all up at the Peak. So that's a little taste of Nemacolin, a lot of information, but I'm excited to share those details and follow up with any questions you might have. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't see any questions in the chat yet. I was just here, you guys, over Memorial Day, and the Beach Boys were playing. And so we were sitting in the pool. Go ahead and stop sharing your screen if you
Okay,
don't.
perfect.
we were sitting in the pool listening to music, and it's the only place that my kids, who are now almost 18 and 20, and they've gone since they were like 9 and 11, have begged to go back to. There's truly something for everyone. Um, so we have 2 more properties just to quickly give you some updates on. We're going to switch now over to the West Coast into the Napa Valley area, the estate Yountville. Many of you may have booked this property in the past or seen this property, but there are some big changes happening. They do have a new owner as of about a year and a half ago. What's unique about this property is it truly is a resort within the middle of the village of Yountville. So it's 22 acres right in the heart of Yountville. They're really trying to curate serenity is kind of what they're saying. We just planted 80-year-old olive trees around the property and a lot of vegetation to really start making it feel more kind of cozy and quaint. And you have these gorgeous water features as you walk to your room. If you'll remember, if you've booked the property in the past, there's kind of the Villaggio and the Vintage house, very different properties. They're really trying to just refer to it more now as north and south and really have more of an estate kind of congruent feel. So we are located in the Napa Valley, which you fly into San Francisco is the closest major airport, or Sacramento. Definitely allow an hour and a half, 2 hours from San Francisco just with the traffic, but it is a very easy drive to get there. You could also fly into Oakland, is a little closer too. So just from up above, not so beautiful, but you can kind of see here where the 2, conglomerates of the hotel rooms are. So on the south end, which you may know as the Villaggio in the past, is a little more kind of hip, modern, Art Deco, a little more masculine feel, contemporary. Both hotel products have beautiful, extensive continental buffet breakfasts in the morning. They are complimentary. On the weekends, they also have complimentary wine tastings on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that's a really nice amenity for your guests. Throughout the whole summer, including August, when you check in, you get a complimentary bottle of rosé. I was just out here and they've just added all new pool furniture, new fire pits around the pool. So just continuing to really, upgrade and do a lot to this product. Now on the north end, this is what we would have called the Vintage house. So this is a little more farmhouse style, a little more kind of white, airy, so it just depends what your clients want, but also has the complimentary breakfast and also has that wine tasting on the weekends. We've just added a fleet of complimentary e-bikes. So those are great to hop on and cruise around Yountville. On property, we have this V Marketplace, which is has a great chocolatier in there, and they're actually invigorating it, changing it a little bit. So over the next few months, you're going to see some more upscale boutiques and market type shopping in here. Beautiful for weddings. They have a lot of outdoor spaces and lawns, and the barrel room, which is a really cool space. So keep it in mind if you do have some weddings or smaller corporate events. I think this is the true gem of the property. They have a 5-bedroom, 5-bath villa. It's 5 kings with 5 ensuite bathrooms. So if you have 4 or 5 couples, this is perfect. You can walk everywhere. I don't know how many Michelin stars Yountville is up to. I need to get that fact, but there are a lot of Michelin stars in Yountville within walking distance from the hotel. There's a pool table here. It has its own pool and hot tub, and then we can certainly get chefs to do dinners and things like that for you. I was really impressed with the spa. Had a really wonderful massage, great wet area, dry area, steam room, sauna, hot tub. So great relaxation areas. On property, we have, as I said, the daily breakfast. We have Bottega, which is a wonderful Italian restaurant. We have Ottimo, which is, they do a little more kind of cooking classes and more specialty. And then they're about to open their new restaurant in the next month. So I'll send you some information on that. But as I said, dining in Yountville, you have Bistro Gentil, which is a really cool local vibe. French bistro, you have Bouchon, the French Laundry, Restoration Hardware just opened a gorgeous restaurant with crystal chandeliers. So that's all within walking distance to this hotel. These are just some fun Insta photos recently. We had a beautiful dinner in the vineyards that are on property. We did a hot air balloon ride. So it's one of the only properties in Yountville and really all of Napa that you can actually launch hot air balloons right from the parking lot of our property. So just imagine getting up, taking a beautiful sunrise hot air balloon ride. So just lots going on at Yountville. Keep an eye on that one. If you have anyone going to Napa, I just have to say location, 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 and value. You know, it's not the Montage or the Four Seasons, but it reflects that in the pricing, and I think there's a huge place for it. And the service is phenomenal, the staff is great, and the food and beverage, and again, the location is just right. So we're going to end today on Pink Sands, headed down to Harbour Island in the Bahamas. If you've booked this hotel in the past, similarly, it has undergone massive renovations over the last couple of years with COVID and beyond. For this one, you fly into Eleuthera. So even though it's in the Bahamas, it is the antithesis of Baha Mar and the Atlantis. This is a very quaint, small, exclusive, barefoot luxury, beautiful private island. Or it feels like a private island. So fly into Eleuthera from Miami. It's a 45-minute flight. Our butler can greet you with a sign, take your guest onto a taxi, get you onto the water taxi, and then get you to the hotel once you arrive. That entire process is about 30 minutes. So it's a really quick little jaunt over to Harbour Island. As I mentioned, we're only 3 miles long and a half mile wide. The reason why people go here is the beautiful pink sand beaches, and it is incredible for scuba and snorkeling as well. And it's just relaxing. It's an easy, you feel like it's, again, a private island, but and it's small, it's Bahamian, it's friendly. This is their massive international airport. It takes about 2 seconds to go through customs. I highly suggest to rent a golf cart. Our concierge can help you with that. That's the way to get around. They do drive on the left, so I had a few almost head-on collisions, but as long as you can get that in your head, golf cart and biking are the way to get around here. So we're a little bit different than the other properties on Harbour Island and even in Eleuthera, in that we're an all villa property. So as of right now, we have 27 1 to 4 bedroom villas. We have the most villas with their own private pools, and we have the most oceanfront units as well. They are continuing to build. These are in general privately owned, and then they're put back into our rental pool, but they're all decorated the same. So recently we have again undergone renovation and kind of have a fresh new look, which I'll show you. Here's that gorgeous pink sand beach over 3 miles. You won't see any boat traffic out in front of the hotel because there's actually a reef. So you can snorkel, you can kayak, you can paddleboard out to the reef and enjoy that just right off the coast. We do have horseback riding on the beach. A lot of people want to do that while they're here. Pink Sands opened in 1951, so there's a lot of history here. I won't mention the names, but many of you know the other properties that are on the island, and they're just very different. So, you know, one is definitely a scene, and I felt like I didn't have enough Botox, and I wasn't dressed just right, and I didn't have the right hat, and all of that, you know, so it's more of a vibe. We are very much like Jimmy Buffett, millionaires with baseball hats and flip-flops and barefoot luxury. That's what Pink Sands is. And that's why people keep coming back for now, what, 70 something years. But they've kept this original nod to the history with the entryway there. The lobby is very open air. It feels very British colonial. You're greeted by these amazing Bahamian smiles and service. We do have complimentary bikes that you can take around on the island. And then this is the new look. So it's just really fresh, really clean. One of the villas here that's a multi-bedroom with its own pool, great for families. I was surprised how many families I see here. For sure, but I just love the new look, and I slept so well here. I don't know if it's the salt air and all of that. I'm seeing is seagrass an issue, not that I've heard of ever. I think that that reef definitely helps, you know, so it has not come up in the year and a half that I've represented the property. Thank you for that question. The bathrooms are just really bright and colorful. This is our the Blue Bar, which is our breakfast, lunch, and cocktail bar here right in front. We'll set up complimentary chairs and umbrellas on the beach with full food and beverage service on the beach. The reason why you come here is the beach, but we are about to build an oceanfront pool. So that will be August through December that's being built. Really shouldn't be, you know, too invasive, but the summer, as you guys know, tends to be a little more the off season in the Caribbean. And then the winter time, obviously festive and everything is November is really when it kind of starts back up here. But stepping inside, very, again, British colonial kind of residential feel. We have a pool table room. This is our library. You'll see guests just kind of interacting and really casual in these spaces. There's closer up of the blue martini bar there, or the Blue Bar. And then Malcolm 51 is our more fine dining restaurant in the evenings. So really kind of sexy, open air at night. We do have wellness here. We have a big yoga program. We do a lot of yoga weekends here. They do have plans to build a spa in the future. In the meantime, they are turning one of the cottages into a small spa. But so far, we've had people just enjoy treatments in their rooms. So we have massage and therapy treatments for the rooms. I mentioned scuba and snorkeling is huge here. People love to swim with the pigs. I don't know why, but apparently it's very popular and it's very Instagrammable. So that's actually over on Eleuthera. There's a lot of history on Eleuthera with Preacher's Cave and some of the first areas that settlers, came to the Caribbean and came to North America. So a lot of people are interested in that. And you can just take the water taxi back over to do that during the day. So that is a few updates on Pink Sands, and I'm happy to answer any more questions that you have. But all of these are bookable via Preferred Resort, except the Estate Yountville. It's not affiliated with any brand, so you can just contact me and I can help you directly with the hotel. Yeah, Nemacolin is phenomenal for golf, especially. I think the golf is really underutilized there. I mean, they have 2 Pete Dye golf courses, and then the new golf learning center that she showed you. So it's really fantastic. But we just want to thank you again. I know you're so busy, and just to set aside some time, to spend with us for these few updates. If you think of anything afterwards, I'll definitely send you the recorded webinars. And I know Natalie has about 15 itineraries that are golf and romance and family, and it'll make it super easy to sell Nemacolin. So she'll send those over to you as well. But thank you guys. Thanks to Dee for hopping on. Always wonderful to see her. So all right. Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your week.
Everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.